Hello everyone, this is a brief note to help the government find its way with the subsidy removal policy and help prevent an economic meltdown or worse, an outbreak of widespread violence from frustrated Nigerians currently experiencing avoidable suffering. It is completely unacceptable for the prices of petroleum products to have tripled with the possibility of going higher. While it would have been ideal for the steps outlined here to have been taken either before or as the subsidy removal was announced, we are where we are, and it is unfair to fault the President's resolve or intent in ending the long-standing corruption and madness in the downstream petroleum sector. I will outline a couple of steps that the government must take urgently to mitigate the situation. Before then though, let me remind the President and his team that this is as much a foreign exchange game as it is one of petroleum supply and ending corruption. It is therefore critical that the government expands its access to foreign exchange and ensures that no shadowy corporation receives proceeds and taxes on its behalf. 1. The first key step that must be taken is to get NNPC out of the downstream petroleum sector completely. It is mind-boggling and shocking that an organization that cannot manage to refine any substantial amount of crude from 4 refineries, despite spending billions of dollars each year, is rewarded with the sole right to import petroleum into the country with shady arrangements like crude swaps and foreign contract refining. NNPC is not needed to set prices or for any oversight duties or activities as far as the downstream petroleum sector is concerned. Crude allocation and domestic refining, if this path is chosen, should only be to refineries that are functional within the country. 2. This is a moment of national emergency, and IPMAN and MOMAN, that is the independent oil marketers and the major oil marketers respectively, should have the regulation over them eased for a few months. The regulators have mostly been NNPC lackeys in the past anyway, so IPMAN and MOMAN should nominate competent members from within them, at least 10, to import fuel into the country, and this trade association should set the standards in order to guarantee quality. Refining capacity is expected to surpass domestic demand in a few months if things play out as planned anyway, so this should be a temporary arrangement for 6 to 12 months at the most. 3. There should be an aggressive focus on local refining and refineries. In addition to the Dangote refinery, which is expected to commence operation soon, there are several modular refineries at various stages of completion in development in the country. The government should direct its various agencies to resolve any hindrances to these projects, whether these are regulatory, port inefficiency, or other red tape. 4. Foreign exchange. All of the steps mentioned above will be largely neutralized if the Naira continues to depreciate. A lot has been said on how to end the corruption in the foreign exchange sector and how the government can still be the key determinant and signaler in that market. 2 key things it must do are: A. Ensure that NNPC or no other gatekeeper is encumbering the foreign earnings, whether these are crude proceeds, petroleum profit tax, and other foreign exchange earnings, and B. Ensure that the stock of foreign exchange is mostly allocated directly to the productive base of the country and economy, that is, the tax-paying corporations, in the proportion of taxes paid. This will automatically provide transparency and end, or at least largely reduce, corruption and capital flight. This will ensure that Forex is mostly flowing to those with continuing Naira-based operations and commitments, whose import activities and Forex needs are for valid reasons and not those who fleece the country and are active participants in capital flight. To reiterate, Nigeria does not need a national oil company. It is indeed amusing that NNPC has suddenly gained the ability to remit funds to the Federation accounts after years of not having done so consistently. Let the President not be deceived. Since the NNPC now claims to be an independent and private corporation, even while still owned by the government, let this organization stand on its own 2 feet. It should not collect funds on behalf of the Nigerian government, not even in the upstream sector. Any ongoing joint venture arrangements should be examined intensely and possibly ended if not in favor of the country and its interests. The government will do much better if crude proceeds and petroleum profit taxes are paid directly to the FIRS or CBN or any other organization or body that is statutorily charged to collect such. Let laws be changed and executive actions be passed if necessary. No private company should represent the country's interest in the downstream petroleum sector. I hope these suggestions are implemented quickly so that the Naira can appreciate. Other steps to help salvage the foreign exchange rate have been previously discussed and shared. This aspect is so critical to everything, I would suggest that the administration should have an annual foreign exchange target rate for the major currencies, the same way some countries have inflation targeting as the centerpiece of their monetary policy. It should be pointed out that any attempt to counter the current petroleum product price increases with a hastened salary increase for civil servants will make the situation worse and could send the country into an inflationary death spin. The focus should be on Naira appreciation, local refining of crude, the immediate removal of NNPC from all downstream sector activities, and ensuring that NNPC's upstream activities does not include the collection of revenues, especially forex revenues, on behalf of the government and people of Nigeria. The government should urgently implement these steps to quickly salvage this reform and prevent needless chaos. Thank you very much, and God bless you.